Look, I've really enjoyed it, and whether other people think that it's been enjoyable, I'll leave that for them to decide. But look, I really enjoy it. It's a great club. I said when I first came, the great thing about coming to Edgbaston with England was you always felt as though you were really made to feel very welcome. It felt like a real home game. I know that sounds a really daft thing to say, but from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave, you know that you really wanted here. And my sort of 4-year period that I've been here, that's not changed. I've really enjoyed it. It's a great club, fantastic facilities, really well supported, but it's a proper cricket club, and I'd like to think that it's in a good state, and it will continue to be a fantastic club for many years to come.
You talked about your decision to leave, citing personal reasons. We know you've got family down in Kent, but that was a difficult decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I still, coming in today, with a couple of days to go, I've got mixed feelings about leaving because, one, I'm looking forward to what's next, but equally, I'm disappointed to be leaving because I think there's still so much more to be done. But in many ways, that's probably quite a good time to be moving on when, you still got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of exciting things happening around the place, as opposed to sort of almost feeling as though you've outstayed your welcome. And as much as, family in Kent, and I've, lived away from family and been up here on my own for that period of time, equally, I always felt that probably 4 or 5 years was the right length of time for the job anyway. And as I say, I'd like to think we've made progress in some areas, and whoever is fortunate enough to take the role on can continue to build with what I think is an excellent squad of players, very good coaching group, and that applies, from age group cricket right the way through to the senior men's first team.
You talk about that progress on the field. There were trophies. We shouldn't dismiss those. The county championship, what a great day that was. Bob Willis Trophy as well, a double winning season. It probably came a little bit earlier than you thought. Obviously, you mentioned that in previous years, but how proud will you be to reflect on that this season?
Yeah, look, it was a fantastic year, but it wasn't about me. It was about the players, and it's always about the players. Coaches and directors of cricket, we come and go, and we try and bring our own fresh ideas. And that's why I think 4 or 5 years is always the right length of time. But it's about the players, and we've got players who are playing in that team who've been here before I joined, and they'll be here long after I've gone. And that's what it's about. And it's about, it is about creating great memories. It is about winning trophies. And, I've said right from the start that I got here, the 3 key aims for me were about developing the spine of homegrown players, making sure that we were developing players to play for England at all levels, and winning trophies. And in that 4-year period, we've done all of that. But that's not down to me. That's down to everybody working really hard. And, it is everybody working hard. It's a great team on and off the field here at Edgbaston. And as I say, I've been very fortunate to be part of that team. But I don't go away saying, I won the championship or the Bob Willis Trophy. I go away saying the team of players have done that, and it's up to us as coaches and support staff to help them on that part of their journey they're on when we're involved in it.
You mentioned new ideas. One of your ideas was to be braver in white ball cricket, to bring a fresh brand to the T20. 2 quarter-finals. We didn't get to finals there as we'd like, but you must have been really pleased with that progress.
Yeah, I thought this year was outstanding in the T20. I think, the way the team played from Paul Sterling at the top of the order, right the way through, Sam Hain has really made a magnificent shift in the mentality of the way that he plays T20 cricket. Obviously, Adam Ho's absolutely brilliant this year. He really came good. It was his year this year. I thought he was fantastic. But at the same time, it was great that Jacob Bethel was involved in that, Rob Yates was involved in that, Dan Mosley was involved in that. Henry Brooks was obviously played a big part of that as well with the ball. And bravery is not just about batting; it's about fielding and bowling as well. And Henry's got the bravery in white ball cricket to be really brave, to know when to try and take wickets, to know when to just try and finish an over off. But the same happens in the field as well. Attacking fielding. I thought our fielding at times in the T20 was absolutely sensational. So, attacking and brave cricket isn't just about batting. And again, within that, the whole host of names I've mentioned there, it's a team effort. It's not, we didn't rely on one person. It was a team decision to be braver. And it's really easy to say we're going to be brave, we're going to play shots. And we blew up horribly in the quarter-final here at Edgbaston against, a very good Hampshire side. But ultimately, the skill is there to win the tournament, win the competition. But you can only win it if you get to the quarter-finals. And to top the group this year was a fantastic effort and played brilliant cricket. I think 7 times scores of over 200, highest score that the team's ever got, the club's ever got. And Carlos, the way he led the team was absolutely brilliant. But again, it's a team of people coming together to provide that. I thought really exciting brand of playing white ball cricket.
There's two new players that are coming into that team environment. Moeen Ali, we all know about him and his talent, and Ed Barnard as well from Worcestershire. When you signed them, what did you think we were going to get from those two players?
Well, Mo brings you not only high quality on the field as an outstanding cricketer, bat ball in the field, but also excellent cricket brain. He really is a fantastic cricket brain. If he gets opportunity to captain at some point in the future, he'll do it brilliantly. But even if he doesn't become the captain, he will still be a brilliant influence in and around the dressing room for young players. He's someone that's been there, done it, in all forms of the game. Outstanding record. Even in Test match cricket, people talk about, his record in Test cricket, absolutely brilliant. But as a bloke, as a personality, as a character, what he'll bring to this club and to this team will be fantastic. And that's without his unbelievable skills on the field. So, Mo's a fantastic signing for this club. Ed Barnard, I think Ed Barnard will go on to be, a brilliant cricketer. He already is. He's already got a fantastic record. But I think coming here, playing here, he will help this club win trophies for many years to come. I think Ed is, again, a potential to be a leader, potential to be a captain, very bright, intelligent lad. He knows what he wants. He's very driven. He's not come here just because it's, perceived to be, a bigger club. He's come here because he wants to win trophies and he wants to play at the highest level, and he's got a fantastic ambition to do so. So I think they're two outstanding signings, but two outstanding people who will add to the quality of the people that we've got in the dressing room here already.
Yeah, they were joining a squad that we class as experienced, but it's all still very young in terms of cricketing. You look at Alejandro Dolby, Sam Hain, they're still on the right side of their careers. They've still got plenty more to give. With the likes of Mosley and Bethel coming through, as you said, how exciting is this young group?
Yeah, I think Mosley, Bethel, Yates, I think they are three absolutely outstanding young cricketers. I expect all three of them to have international careers. And that's not putting them under pressure, because they are very demanding of themselves. They have high levels of expectation of themselves. They're all three unbelievably talented, but they're all three unbelievably intelligent, intelligent lads who know what they want, and they work very hard to get to what they want to get to. And I think that will drive our dressing room on, because there's really good competition for places. And in many ways, Matt Lamb is a bit of a victim of those younger players coming through. Matt Lamb, was averaging 60 at one point during the season, and has been an outstanding servant to this club. But the feeling was to create the space to allow those younger players to come through, meant that maybe one or two players like Matt, the opportunity might not be there for them. And so he's moved on to Derby, and I really wish him well, because you're not going to find a more popular member of any dressing room in any sport being played, because he's an outstanding character, outstanding bloke, and he gave everything to this club. And I really hope that he goes and does a brilliant job for Derby, and who knows, he may end up coming back here to play in the future. But I think sometimes in sport you have to make decisions about creating opportunities for these young players, and I think in this case, along with Chris Benjamin as well, we have got some high quality young players, but they've also they know they've got to stop being talked about as potential, and they've got to turn potential into performance, and that's the next stage. And Rob has done that to a certain extent. He's now back at the top of the order, and hopefully he'll get his opportunity to carry on opening the batting and show that he is a high quality opening batsman. But as I say, I think there's an awful lot of exciting youngsters. Hamza Sheikh is another one who we gave a debut to in RL50 cricket. I think Hamza has got a brilliant technique. I think, for a young lad of 16 years of age, he also is a lot more mature than a 16-year-old. I think he's got the game to get to the highest level. He's certainly got the mentality, and he's shown glimpses this year. But again, it's not about glimpses, it's about doing it consistently and trying to get to the next level.
Looking at other remits in your job, it's not all about signing players, it's not all about those fancy things that people want. You have the relationship with the ground staff, you talk with the academy, you've got so many different parts to your job. How much have you enjoyed doing those things?
Yeah, that's the bit I've enjoyed the most, I think. That no 2 days ever the same, and it's such a wide-ranging role that you're constantly chatting to and talking to players, coaches, support staff, ground staff. As you say, we've got a brilliant facility at Portland Road, our second ground, which we're so lucky to have, because that enables us to play all of our home second team games on a fantastic pitch. We've got a brilliant new net facility there. And that's really exciting that facility is going to continue to grow and develop. We know that we've got one of the best groundsmen in the county game, if not the best groundsman in the county game, in terms of the quality of pitches that we play on. And that last year, winning the championship last year, I think the thing that we all enjoyed so much was the fact that we played on the best pitches in the division. And to win the championship playing on the best pitches shows that you can play good cricket, you can develop your players to play at the next level by playing on excellent facilities. But the academy is thriving. Paul Greetham and the coaches are doing a brilliant job. The women's team is in a really good place. Marie Kelly, Dom Osler have done a fantastic job in the time that I've been here. Virtually all of our players in the Warwickshire team are playing representative cricket, whether that's England academy age group, whether that's in the regional cricket for the Sparks or for another team, and that's really exciting as well. So there's so many good things about this club, and as I say, in some ways there's a huge disappointment to be walking away from that now, but equally we all play a small part in helping the players succeed on the field, and that's what support staff, ground staff, people like me, the coaches, we all work hard to enable the players to go and have the success they're having. And whether it's boys, girls, age group cricket, men or women senior teams, I think we're in for a really exciting period going forward for this club.
And finally, recruitment for your successor is underway. What advice would you give that person if they were to take the job?
Whoever gets the job will have to do it in their own way. You can't follow on, and I'm not precious enough to say you've got to do this and you've got to do that. Whoever gets the job is extremely lucky, because it is a fantastic place to work. There's so many great people that work here. We've got a lot of glue that holds this club together, and they aren't always the people that get the headlines. Keith Cook, someone who's been here nearly 50 years, Gary Barwell, Moz, the physio. We've got so many people that work at this club who keep things going. And as I say, people like myself, we come and go, but people like Cookie, been here nearly 50 years, Robin French, who looks after the players in the dressing room, looks after the kit now. I mean, he's been here nearly 20 years. There are so many people that have been here for long periods of time that really are the heartbeat of this club. And it's a very easy setup and club to come and work at. And whoever gets the job, I wish them all the best. And I will continue to watch the team develop, as I say, men, women, boys and girls, because there's a lot of good people here.